My phone rang at 3:15 p.m., shattering the quiet hum of my IT office like a thunderclap. "I've just come into $20 million from Uncle Harold's will," her voice sliced through, laced with triumph. "Get your stuff and be gone by sundown." No tears, no debate, just the end of our 7-year union, discarded like yesterday's code.
Hey folks, I'm Markus Halle.
I'd just wrapped up debugging a server crash, fingers still greasy from keyboard dust, when she dropped that bomb. I didn't argue. Arriving home, the deadbolt mocked me. She lounged in the doorway in a velvet gown, shoving annulment forms under the door like junk mail. I scribbled my name on the porch, then grinned. "Savor your windfall." Her lips curled in victory, assuming I'd shatter. But glancing at my phone, I noted, 23 hours remained on a detail she'd erased from memory. One that would rewrite our fates. In my SUV, I punched in a contact. "Initiate," I commanded. The voice on the line, affirmative. See, 2 years back, when Uncle Harold's health plummeted, my wife badgered me to insert her into family affairs. She fixated on whispers of fortunes, stocks, real estate, liquid funds. I obliged, arranging consultations, footing advisor bills, linking her to my network. She never probed my connections, chalking it up to serendipity. Unbeknownst to her, each signature on Harold's behalf, every fund shuffle, every bedside murmur was captured via secure, compliant tech. And that estate handover included a 24-hour rescind option, activatable solely by me if fiduciary trust was violated in a narrow timeframe. She pegged me as the steady, unassuming spouse. But I'd orchestrated her every step from the sidelines. And soon, she'd grasped the depth of that shadow. She was toasting at a swanky lounge when the notifications bombarded her device. "Account holds on the Harold Fund. Escalating locks." I observed from a shadowed alley, nursing espresso amid drizzle as she stormed in heels, berating her screen. The very gadget I'd surprised her with on her big promotion. She assumed invincibility. What escaped her? Harold had named me covert co-trustee seasons prior. He distrusted her scheming, but valued me, the guy who delivered homemade stew during his isolation. Upon his passing, he bequeathed not just wealth, but blueprints, tapes, a sealed directive reading, "Should she cross you, stay steady. Execute the protocol." I complied. The rescind wasn't mere legalese, it was fortress solid. Tick by tick, her fortune evaporated. She crashed a motel that night, frantically dialing brokers to fathom the vanishing riches. Too late, the clause fired, diverting assets to a neutral escrow linked to my alias via Harold's vintage blind fund. All above board, her privileges revoked pending probe. Dawn brought her barging into our flat with attorneys in tow, aiming to intimidate. She discovered it barren, my traces vanished, lease in her solo name. On the island, a soul packet. Within, a snapshot of Harold and me at his final gathering, his arm around me, beaming. Reverse side, my script: "You craved independence. Embrace it, unburdened." She'd evicted me from her narrative, overlooking I'd architected it. Constructions rise and crumble, methodically, lawfully. Her pleas escalated by midday. I ignored them, huddled in a sleek conference room with my counsel, sealing the sequel. The Harold holdings didn't merely block her, they granted me veto power over disbursements, nixing her yacht deposit instantly. She ambushed me post-meeting, voice quaking with fury. "This is impossible. You're irrelevant. I ditched you." I met her gaze evenly. "Wrong. You abandoned your fabricated me." She'd wed a puppet she aimed to puppeteer and junk. But the authentic me? No battles, just closures. She recoiled, as if facing a specter. And perhaps she was, for this man radiated calm liberation, a quiet force that upends empires. That dusk, I retreated to Harold's secluded mountain lodge, the one she'd scorned as outdated. Vowing to raise for a spa haven, I kindled the wood stove and unpacked his bequest, master files of her every transaction, plus a certified missive to estate overseers. Harold anticipated disloyalty, foreseeing it eons before me. It decreed, if his kin prioritized greed or ousted me, her share would redirect to our joint charity for orphaned wildlife rescues. And guess the lead steward? Yours truly. Her legal Hail Mary, alleging undue influence, questioning a departed soul's sanity, flopped. Harold's setup was impenetrable. By twilight, the arbiter endorsed it. She forfeited all, not to my pocket, but to a virtue she scorned, fidelity, etched in permanence over profit. Press latched on, heiress squanders legacy to hidden ally of deceased benefactor. My identity stayed veiled as intended, hers blared. She countered with smears. I'd coerced Harold in frailty, a opportunist leech. But our sanctuary launched days hence, rehabilitating dozens of creatures, swaying sentiment. She morphed from victim to villain, exposed for trampling bonds for bucks. I witnessed her spiral gradually, not viciously, but as fallout. Spotting her queuing for insolvency filings, swamped by debts from villas, rides, spin doctors, victory eluded me. Only detachment reigned, the ultimate triumph. She'd squandered not merely funds, but entry to integrity, to the tale she'd hijacked. Months flowed serenely. I settled the lodge full-time, sowed wildflowers where Harold once pondered vistas. Hung our closing portrait, his grasp on a cider glass, gaze resolute. A forwarded envelope arrived one twilight, sender anonymous. Within, scrawled on creased stock, I aired profoundly. Your strength was vast, I couldn't cherish the uncontrollable. Her penmanship, unsigned. I creased it, fed it to flames. Not wrathfully, but resolvedly. She wasn't my finale, just a passage. Ahead lay volumes, penned in insight, serenity, intent. Some conclusions roar. Mine. Forged in hush, etched for what they transcended.